넥스트 미션 1인칭
As
있을
of
것
1
같은데.
p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on. I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Usea, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Usea, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Usian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack.
대통령을 구하러
Ladies and
가야겠구만.
gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Usea was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit.
아까 총 맞았던 친구죠.
Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Usians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usea, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers.
오,
No one thought they were
좋아
capable of
보이는데
doing
저거?
what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer.
이 장면 또 보여주는 거야? 굳이 또 보여줄 필요는 없을 것 같은데.
In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye. I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship too.
그래서 얘가 같이
We
합류하게
headed off down
되는구나.
south for several days and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia on the opposite side of the Yuzian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out and set the dogs on me.
되게 스토리에 빠져들기가 힘들구만. 내가 전작을 몰라서 그런가?
Erusia has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yuzian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war.
그렇군요.
Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces.
그렇군요.
Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia.
오,
The
무기가
combination of
이렇게
these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east.
아 이거 너무 빠르잖아. 그래도
The multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We
그걸
cannot turn a
그렇게
blind
쉽게
eye to this
뺏겠단
critical
말이지.
situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat.
지상
However,
대공
there is a high
장비를
likelihood that the
처리하는
attack will
미션.
draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
적 전투기가 뜨면 우선순위는 적 전투기로. 아 오케이.
Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
지금 그게 문제입니까?
But any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days. Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
이건가?
Yep.
뭐야 왜 안 나가? 아 반대잖아 생각해보니까. 쉬프트는 뭐지? 가속 같은 건 없고. 안정적이게 운행을 하려면 Z를 누르면 돌아옵니다. 폭격. 뿅. 하나 더. 기울어서 폭격을 못 하는구나.
H2 bombs away.
안 맞았다. 이거 약간 느낌이 일자로 쭉 가면서 부시면 될 것 같은 느낌인데. 히트. 좀 멀리 가서 그대로 선을. 오.
Keep your mind focused. Enemy transport destroyed. Bastards. I'm in his blind spot. He's mine.
꼬리 잡아야 돼, 꼬리.
Column 1, box 2. Fox 2, Fox 2.
오케이. 아! 안 돼!
We can't wait any longer. We need interceptors now. Can we move them? We're using the containers now.
굉장히 안정적이죠.
Flexibility. Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion.
30분이면
Enemy interceptors inbound.
어느 정도 한다.
Prepare to engage in 30 seconds. Get out of the way. Here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars.
아, 명중률이 좋은 건 좋다.
Trigger, there's one more to go.
Mates 2, break that lock.
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work.
Great work.
Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out.
오케이.
Continue with the mission.
Column 2, box 2. All
Box 2.
aircraft, residential area is below you.
박스. Destroy.
Keep your mind focused. Enemy transport destroyed. There's more. All transports have been destroyed, but what were they carrying? We're behind the enemy.
내 기억이 맞으면은 폭스라는 이 미사일이 열추적 미사일이었던 걸로 기억하는데.
Fox 2.
하나 더.
Five targets remaining.
Column 1, enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying
이거
alive
먼저.
for now.
각 좋은 거 먼저.
Four targets remaining. Missile, break hard.
아, 맞췄는데.
Precision evaded the attack.
오!
Are you okay?
안 괜찮아. 개해봐야 이거 터지면.
3 weeks later.
와! 어!